Hey everyone, welcome back to Adobe Live, and also welcome to Draw This in Your Style. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and also happy Valentine's Day. We're doing a little special Valentine's Draw This in Your Style today and tomorrow, and our guest is Jestenia Southerland. Hi Jestenia, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Really excited for the stream.
Yeah, awesome. I'm so happy to have you here. Your work is lovely. And I can't wait to show everyone the kind of stuff that you do. But before that, if you guys have never been to Draw This in Your Style, I wanted to give a little explanation of what it is if you've never heard of it. Basically, it's when an illustrator will create an illustration and upload it online and invite everyone and anyone to recreate that drawing in their own personal artistic style. And me and Justina, because our stream landed on Valentine's Day, chose the theme Valentine's Day, of course. We had to stick with the thematic theme of the day. So we each did a piece of artwork, and now we are swapping them on stream and recreating them in our own artistic style. But before we show you guys what we're going to be working on today, I'm going to hand it over to Justina so she can kind of give you guys a little bit of an intro to who she is and the kind of artwork that she makes.
Okay. Hi, yeah, my name is Jestenia Southerland, and I'm a children's book illustrator represented by Bright Illustration Agency. I've been working as an illustrator for 3 years now, and so far I have 2 books out so far. And right now I'm working on my 3rd one. I love making illustrations like centered around fantasy and nature, especially like magical realism. Like think of like Beatrix Potter, animals wearing sweaters. And of course, I love using like bright colors and just like high contrast. Like, sorry for the eye strain, but yeah, that's like pretty much my calling card right now.
Yeah, I have been, as I told you, Justina, before we went live, I have been following Justina for I don't even know how many years now. I think I originally found her work on DeviantArt like way back in the day. And I have always loved your characters. Your shapes that you use are very iconic to you. And I think that your characters are just so wonderful and vivid, and they have so much life to them. And I also really love your unicorns. So I was very happy to see that you added a unicorn to our drawing for today. Speaking of which, let's head on over to Photoshop. So this is the drawing that Jestenia did that I am recreating. And this is the drawing that I did that Jestenia is recreating. And if you guys would like to recreate either of these illustrations, feel free to do so. You can post it online with the hashtag Adobe Live DTIYS, or you can post it in the Photoshop Discord under the Draw This in Your Style channel. And we will be going over some of our community entries towards the end of the stream. But without further ado, we can go ahead and get into it. Yeah, so we both just started out with a little bit of a sketch. To be honest, I was a little bit afraid of the challenge to do a horse because I have only drawn horses like 3 times in my life. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to draw a horse on stream. So I'm going to start it off before the stream, and then I'm going to do the human character on stream.
Right, pro strats. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Every time I draw a horse, I have to like relearn how to do it. And just when I think I have enough references saved, it's like there's just always something new. I'm just like, how do their legs bend and how does it connect to the ground? I just don't understand.
Yes, absolutely. Horses are just, their anatomy is just so complex. It's one of those things that I think every artist struggles drawing a horse. It's like what are the 2 things that every artist struggles with? Horses and hands. Like,
Oh my God, yeah, hands. Oh my God, which is like so ironic. It's like you're drawing, the tool that is drawing the thing can't even draw itself. I don't know. It's like
oh, that's so true.
it's a
That's so
metaphor.
yeah, there's a metaphor in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, Julie, welcome to the stream. Gareth, Sam, thank you so much all for joining us today. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So I kind of am doing a little bit of a different composition. It looks like you are changing up the composition as well. I'm really excited to see where you're headed with yours too.
Oh,
It's
thanks.
looking cute so far.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just like trying to figure out like the 3D space. It's like I can never
Mhm.
do like just like simple backgrounds. I don't know. It's just like, oh, just have to like overcomplicate it.
Do you like doing full backgrounds? I've noticed a lot of your illustrations have full backgrounds like that, very detailed.
Surprisingly, okay, it's like yes and no. It's like the reason why I like just clutter everything in because I don't know how to like work negative space basically. So it's like, okay, if I just fill it in, people won't notice.
That makes a lot of sense actually. I think that you do a really great job with your backgrounds, and to be honest, I've never actually noticed that. Like it's never felt like forced in your work. I think that you do a really good job, even if you feel personally like in your head that like it might not work. I think that you do a great job with them.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, apologies for my dog. There's like someone on the roof and she's
oh
no, Katia. It's okay.
Her dog is beautiful, by the way, you guys.
Yeah, they're like working on the solar panels.
Woof, woof.
I know. Katia. Katia. It's like she won't even like get up. She's just like looking over her shoulder.
I totally understand that. I have a mini dachshund and she will just bark from underneath a blanket. Like she won't even bother getting up to see what it is that she's barking at. She's just barking.
Right. She's like, I will protect, but I also will be comfortable.
Yeah, but I'm also lazy. So
yeah. He's like, it's the thought that counts. Okay, I guess the surprise of them has passed. She's like, okay. He's like, they're all right.
Gareth in chat says, my wife can't draw anything except horses. She was obsessed as a child. Oh, that's great. I feel like that was a really common thing, knowing friends that loved horses in elementary school. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Horse girls definitely have
horse girls.
They have a power over everyone else. It's like, I have the key. I can do it. I understand.
Sam in chat is our moderator. Thank you so much for being here, Sam. He said that's pretty good. Horses are tough. Do you draw horses, Sam? Sam is a concept artist, so he does a fantasy concept artist. So he does quite a lot of stuff similar to that, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen you draw a horse before. Do you do horses? I feel like it's a specialty. Like some people,
yeah,
you have to really take the time to learn how to draw horses. You either do or you don't.
Yeah, I can imagine like a concept artist like that coming up a lot though.
Yeah.
Well, like, I don't know, I guess like depends on the project, like especially like fantasy stuff is like, how are people getting around? This is their mode of transport.
Right, exactly. He said, I don't draw horses. Somehow I've avoided it, even within fantasy art, but I should do it more. You should. That would be really cool.
Oh man, but that's like incredibly like lucky though.
Yeah, right?
It's like, yes, I dodged the horse bullet yet again.
So far.
Yeah, so far, one day.
So how long do you typically take on a sketch? Do you do like a fully fleshed out sketch, or a lot of the time do you just kind of like wing it like with a thumbnail or?
Yeah, surprisingly, this is the thumbnail. It's just like,
gotcha.
It's like I try to get it as like detailed as I can because it's like my thought process like decreases as like the further I work on something. So it's like by the time I'm coloring, just like head is empty, no thoughts.
I am the same way. I completely relate to that. Yeah, I just like get it down on paper as fast as I can. But like this one that I'm working on right now, like it's my first sketch. Like I didn't thumbnail this. I mean, most of the time I don't thumbnail like a really small sketch unless I'm doing like a really detailed environment and I want to get the composition right. But most of the time I just kind of throw it down and shift everything around until I like it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's like something I'm like trying to like pick up because that's like such a good idea. Cause it's like, sometimes you just want to get like everything in your head, just like down without like, you know, like, the only word I can think of right now is corrupting it, you know, it's right. Like, oh, sometimes you just like what you had in your head was like the best composition. Is like, and don't think too much on it.
Yeah, definitely. I used to feel like, because I would hear artists say that like, oh, the quote unquote like right way to do it is to thumbnail it. And so I would always feel like guilty for not thumbnailing things and like trying out different ideas and things like that. But I'm like, well, if the initial thought works, then it works, you know, like you shouldn't feel guilty about that.
Yeah, especially after a while, like always picking the first one anyway, or the client picking the first one anyway, is like, okay, I guess I know what I'm doing. I will just go with the first one. And if they ask for changes, okay, I'll change it.
Yeah. So you've done working on 3 books. I actually didn't know you've done books before. I did know that you were represented by Bright, which is awesome. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course. What are your books that you've done about?
So far, I've done Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner with HarperCollins, and it's like, it's basically just like a cute little summertime book, and basically like celebrating, you know, like the Black family, and just like passing down, like, I don't know, like your favorite foods and stuff, and like it's like the core message is like basically like a little girl like trying to like find like where she like fits in, because like as like, you know, as a kid you want to help, and it's like, but you're like really small, and it's like basically the main character finding like her little niche, like what she can do to like help contribute basically.
Oh, I love that. That's so cute.
Thank you. Yeah, it was like it was like my first big book, and I was just like, and so coincidentally I found out about it on Valentine's Day.
No way. Oh, that's so funny.
yeah. Like Valentine's 2019, I found out that I was getting the job. So it's just like, huge coincidence. Yeah. But yeah, it like definitely makes, I don't know, like the anniversary of it easy to remember. It's like, oh, my first book deal, Valentine's Day.
How long did it take you to get agented? I have personally been trying to get an agent for a long time, but I just haven't really had success with it. Do you have any advice on getting an agent?
I think I was like super like lucky. Is just like ridiculous the amount of luck that I like realized I had, because I was like still in my master's program when I was approached by an agent at Bright, and I think what it was, it's like it couldn't be anything else, because it's like the only new thing I did. I just like tagged my art as Kids Lit, and it's like a few days later I got the contact. So it's like, you know, it's like that's like the only thing I did different. So it's like, yeah, it's like super lucky. So I don't have like any like, you know, concrete like advice to follow, but that's just like what happened to me.
Yeah, for sure. You know, don't underestimate hashtags. People can absolutely find you in the hashtags, and you can absolutely get work from that. So if you aren't already like looking into like how to properly do hashtags, I highly recommend doing it, because, you know, agencies and possible future clients are definitely looking in those hashtags to find artists, because that's like one of the easiest way to find illustrators, outside of agents, of course.
And like the most helpful tip that I found is like try to get like really specific, and it's like when you're typing it in and you like see there's like, I don't know, like 100,000 posts versus like 6 million, like always go for the smaller one.
Yep, that's what I do. Because like if you go to the hashtag that has like millions of posts, it's just gonna get lost, you know? Yeah. Oh, I love the little bow on your chocolate box. It's so cute.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm like trying to incorporate it like a little bit more. Like, I don't know. It's just like when you like drew a mouse in a sweater, I'm just like, yes, that is me. I can do this.
Yeah, that is my go-to. Animal characters are my go-to. So
yeah, I definitely would love to have like more projects where just, I don't know, just draw Beatrix like Potter, like inspired things. It's like, I just want to draw animals in sweaters.
Have you ever drawn mice characters before this?
Uh, okay, I drew like one, and that's like it. And it was like a background character. So it's
Mm.
like I drew half a mouse. But yeah, normally for me it's like squirrels and rabbits, like surprisingly no mice. Yeah, do you get to draw mice often?
I really like, I've noticed drawing mice or just small animal characters in general, because there's a lot that you can do with like objects that you can't necessarily do with larger characters. Like with mice, for instance, you can have like an object that would be like a normal size object for a human be really big.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot that you can do with like human sized objects with small characters. Like I love drawing mice like sitting on, like objects and kind of just like using the environment to my advantage to create a really cute composition with a small animal.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like this. Like I just like had the mouse like with a larger box of chocolates,
Right, yeah. Yeah, and I'm trying to like do more of that with my work, especially the mainly the like making the environment like a character too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like that means I have to draw a background.
Yeah, I personally don't. I feel like it's very rare that I actually do like a full on background. Like a lot of the time I'll just do like more of like a simple background. Like the illustration here that I did with the mouse, most of the background is actually just blank.
Right.
But just like with objects just on the blank background. And that's kind of like I feel like where I lean to the most with my work. Because full backgrounds, I don't know what it is. I just struggle with them so much.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I want to like, I don't know, like practice that more too. Just like working more with like negative space. I just don't like tire myself out. I'm just like, Lord, it's like, I can't even think about this character's expression. I got to make sure this tree looks right in the background.
Yeah. How long have you been doing illustration like this? Have you always wanted to go into children's illustration?
Surprisingly, I wanted to do animation only because that was like the most like stereotypical thing, like as in like stereotypical is like the only thing I knew. It's like,
right.
Like, oh, artists can make a living. Oh yeah, if they work with Disney. And then when I went to like college, my professor is like, I'm a children's book illustrator and I do this, this, and this. I get to travel and like talk to kids and show off my books I made and like make trips to like libraries and stuff. I'm like, wow, that sounds awesome. And
yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, it's so true. Like when you're younger, you don't even like really think that like different genres of artists are a thing, even though like children's books have existed for forever. But
yeah,
as a kid, you're not really exposed to that like niche of the industry. So it's like you see the books, but it doesn't occur to you that it's a career that someone can have,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like someone had to make those books.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like in elementary school, I think we had like a few like illustrators like come to like, like a few times to like promote their stuff. But it's like I never like, I don't know, it didn't click. Like, okay, I could do that too, It's like, but yeah, I think if there's like, I don't know, like better like education like on the arts out there, like more people would, like go branch out and do different things versus just thinking they have to like, move to LA and be like an animator.
Yeah, definitely. Abdinor and Wade, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing today? And happy Valentine's Day. We are currently, for those of you that are just popping in, we're currently working on these pieces of artwork. This is the one that Jestenia did, and this is the one that I did, and then we swapped, and now we're recreating each other's. And also, another reminder, if you guys would like to recreate either one of these illustrations, feel free to do so. You can upload them online with hashtag Adobe Live DTIYS, or you can post it on the Photoshop Discord under the Draw This in Your Style channel. And later we will be going over some of the community entries. We actually have over 350 community entries now, which is awesome.
Oh, wow. I know people are like so fast.
I know, right?
I always see like Draw This in Your Style posts, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna save this, and it'd be like 2 months ago. I'm
yeah,
like, oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I always have so many good intentions when it comes to Draw This in Your Style. I have like a whole folder full of ones from artists that I love, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I never do.
Right, I know. I was like, oh, this one's perfect. It has all my sensibilities, and then I was just like, never do it.
Hey, Odari, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, I need to start working. I've been like procrastinating working on the character, so I need to do that.
Right, yeah, I know. Yeah, I just wanted to like draw a magical girl for like the longest time.
She's super cute. I love her hair too. It's just so voluminous.
Yeah, thank you.
So how do you go about like picking your colors? Do you have like a specific color palette that you kind of choose from, or do you just go with your gut?
I definitely want to like make like a color palette that I like return to like in the future, because I noticed that like kind of makes people's style look like really cohesive. Like whenever I see certain color palettes, I'm like, oh, that's that artist, and I love how they I don't know, like choose those colors. But right now I just I don't know, just choose like what I like in the moment, like especially like with photographs.
Yeah.
And like put it in Photoshop, like put a little mosaic filter over it, and it'll like break it down to like a little square palette that I use. But yeah, I definitely want to like make, I don't know, more like uniform palettes in the future.
Yeah, I actually work from a saved palette. I didn't used to. I actually used to just kind of go with my gut, and like I would also just like steal my color palettes from my old artwork. I think a lot of artists do that. I still do that sometimes. If I have like a specific palette that I think worked really well, I'll go back to it and just color pick from it. But after I started saving all of my colors into a palette, I noticed that it actually helps me find more color combinations than I would have from just stealing my previous palettes from my artwork, because I can see all of my colors at one time. So it kind of like helped me like be a little bit more creative with my limited palettes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's like definitely something I would like to do in the future. Yeah. Cause I definitely like see it like in your work. I'm just like, oh yeah. It's like, that's Codi's work. It's like never like when it pops up.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah. I'm just like always trying to like, learn from like other illustrators. I'm like, okay, it's like, they're making something work for them. It's like, how do I like make something, work for me?
Yeah. I really love, this might sound really weird, but I really love the rounded shapes that you give the paws of your characters.
Right.
I feel like that is like I said, like your characters are really unique to you. And I think that that's like one kind of iconic element that really stands out to me, is just like the very rounded paws. And I really love it. It's really endearing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't even know where that comes from. I'm just like, I can't draw hands. I'll draw a
Yeah.
shape. It's like the shape vaguely looks like this.
Yeah. That's, yeah, you know what? I always talk about that. That's pretty much exactly how artistic style is born. You know, I mean, it's just like all those little like choices that you make as an artist are like workarounds that you choose. Like, okay, this isn't working for me, so I'm going to figure a different way that does work for me.
Right. Yeah.
And then, you know, that becomes a unique thing to you, you know. That's exactly why I draw dot eyes on all of my characters, because I couldn't and did not want to learn how to draw regular eyes.
Right. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Same. Because it's like my teacher kept saying I draw anime eyes. I'm like, oh my God, I give up. Dots. I say, I can't help it. I'm a millennial who grew up on Sailor Moon when
There
they
you
were
go.
5.
Yeah, I definitely went through my anime phase when I was first getting into artwork. I used to watch a lot of anime. So, and then like eventually kind of just as my style progressed, I kind of just like eventually fell into children's illustration.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like always cool when you like finally find like your own like unique voice.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah. It's like I'm done now.
Okay. I'm working on her little face right now. I think it's going okay.
Oh yeah, looks super cute.
I think it's working out.
Yeah. I know for some reason I cannot draw a mouse chin like right now. I'm like, how does it connect to the chest?
It is very specific.
Yeah. It's like, even though I'm gonna put clothes over it, I'm just like, wait.
Add that to the list of things artists can't draw.
Right. I was like,
hands, horses,
chin.
and mouse chins. Yeah, a lot of the time with my animal characters, if I'm struggling like to connect with the anatomy, I'm just like, yeah, I'll just cover that with a scarf or a hat or something. Nobody will know.
Right, right. You know, yeah, the other week, that was definitely me because I was like trying to draw like sweaters on birds.
I saw that one. It was so cute.
You. Yeah, I was like, okay, they're mainly like all chest. So I was like, how you put a shirt on that? I'm just like, okay, sweater vest.
Yeah, there you go. What is your favorite type of character to draw? Or type of animal or human characters? Or
I mainly like drawing like monsters and I don't know. I think, yeah, also a millennial growing up on Pokemon things. So I'm just
there you go.
Yeah, more of that. And yeah, so I really love creature design. I really like trying to think up like the biology or like what type of like environment they may live in and like how that, you know, how can you like tell like that, those type of things on like a first glance. I love coming up with stuff like that.
That's cool. So it like feels a little bit more based in reality, like like I could help them or help describe the character.
Yeah, like if it's, I don't know, like if it's like a sea monster or something, it's like maybe it has like no like external ears or, you know, like or its body is like shaped like a torpedo or something. Right. But yeah, I love doing that. It's like I like fantasy illustration, but like not like too far out there. It's like I want it to look like you know, it like kind of helps with the viewers like suspension of disbelief or something. But yeah, that's like my favorite thing to draw.
Yeah, I've noticed like you have like illustrations on your Instagram of like snakes and like dragon type characters. Those ones are really neat. They have so much detail in them, and they're like nice and ornate. Really
Oh,
like
thank
those
you.
ones.
Yeah. It's like just drawing like all those details is like really fun.
Yeah. Oh, and I also saw on your Instagram you just announced that you're coming out with a plushie.
Yeah. Like in December, I was like approached by this company called Makeshift, and yeah, I got to like design like a little plushie with them,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
so
coming
cool.
out this Thursday.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, go check it out on Jestenia's Instagram, you guys, if you'd like to see. It's like a ginkgo dog character, I think.
Yeah, it's like a little temple dog. It's like I
Yeah.
love drawing those two. I should have answered that when you asked what's your favorite thing to draw, because that is like, yeah, that's truly my favorite thing to draw. And I was like, okay, I like design like a little plushie around this.
Do you have any exciting plans for Valentine's Day?
No, just gonna rest up. It's like it's like I had a like crazy weekend, but not really. It's just I just like worked over the weekend, but it's just like I'm like so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna like take it easy. Like when I took Katya to get her pet food this morning, I came in with like pink pants. And so yeah, they were like, yeah, you got any plans tonight? I'm like, no.
No.
Like,
Streaming.
I'm wearing this first. Actually, I didn't even say that because it's like people can't know what I do in real life.
Yeah.
it's like, would they even know what that is? It's like, yeah, just standing.
Yeah, we're not doing anything either. It's just we're probably watching Netflix, to be honest.
Oh, right. Oh my goodness. Speaking of next Netflix, me and my sister just like got finished watching this series like about this I don't know, this German girl that like pretended to be an heiress. And she almost secured a $40 million loan to buy a building in New York. Yeah. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, a surprise. Yeah, no assets to secure this loan, but she almost got it. But yeah, it was like a really like crazy series.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're looking for anything to watch.
Yeah, there you go, guys.
Yeah. Watch someone commit financial crimes.
Of course.
Very engaging.
I love how laid back your mouse is.
Oh,
he's just chilling. You know, this is casual Valentine's Day. This is
yeah,
great. Yeah,
no pressure.
That's how I like it.
Yeah, I'm just like surprised Valentine's Day is like even here already.
I know. Didn't this year just start?
I know. I was like, New Year was 3 days ago. What happened? But yeah, this is like the best thing about time going by so fast. It's like more sunlight out now.
Yes, that's so true. I'm very ready for springtime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spending winter on the West Coast wasn't so bad for like the first time. I was glad to have a break from the Northeast winters.
Where were you from before you moved to LA?
Delaware.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
I like
you're way up there.
Yeah, I call it frigid Florida.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's on a swamp, but it's like so far up north. It's like so freaking cold. And so it's like you get all the moisture and rain, but no beautiful tropical weather.
Yeah. My husband and I lived in New York for a time, and we were really surprised at how humid it actually gets in that area.
Right.
Like you think of the Northeast, you don't really think of tons of humidity in the summertime.
Yeah.
But it's there. My glasses would fog up when I got in the car.
Mhm.
And also, you guys in chat, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat, and I will relay them to Jestenia if you have any questions, like about her process or just in general. Maybe, but what's your favorite snack, Jestenia?
I was about to say coffee. That's like the first thing that came to mind. I was like, but that's not a snack. That's just like my favorite thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works. I sometimes drink coffee just like as like a dessert or something, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh my God. I have this like horrible habit of having coffee as like a nightcap.
Oh, yeah.
It's like coffee is 9 p.m. Perfect time for coffee.
And just a reminder to you guys, today is part 1 of the series, and tomorrow we will be coming back and working on these a little bit more. We'll probably maybe be working on the coloring process tomorrow, most likely. So you guys get a little bit of both. On day 1, you get to see some sketching, and day 2, we get to see some coloring. I might actually take a break from sketching a little bit and pop in some colors. I'm very I bounce around a lot when it comes to my artwork. Do you ever do that? Or do you like stick to like a strict regimen when it comes to like working in a process?
Yeah, I normally like stick to like, I don't know, I'm like really like linear like thoughts. But yeah, it's like I definitely want to like experiment with that. Like especially it's like when it's like you know where a certain part of your illustration is going, it's like so it's like you might as well just like, work on it, like instead of like being stuck on one part.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely like would like to do that in the future.
Yeah, sometimes for me, if I'm kind of like getting like burnt out on working on the sketch, I'll like just add a little bit of color here and there, and sometimes that can kind of like help me see like the direction that the illustration is going a little bit.
I know, and it's like I'm always like rushing past the sketch to get to coloring anyway, because that's like my favorite part.
Same. Yeah, for me, this because the sketching takes so much more brain power, right? Like coloring is just like, oh, I'm coloring in a coloring book, la 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 la, you know. I love the coloring process.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think that's why I like to put up so much work up front. So it's just like I just want to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Like, towards the end.
Hi Martina, welcome to the stream. Looks like they have a question. What drawing tools are you using? iPad and pencil, Wacom? Question mark. What are you using?
Right now I'm using a Wacom Mobile Studio Pro 13. This is the version that came out in 2019. It's not the original one.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I am using a Wacom Intuos Pro. And this is a medium size, although I do have an iPad, and I will use the iPad when I'm away from my desk, and I work in Fresco. Have you ever used Fresco before, Jestenia? Do you have an iPad?
Okay, I have an iPad and I tried my hardest to use Procreate. It was like, oh my gosh, it's like I can't do this. And it's like I think I'm too like, I don't know, addicted to Photoshop or something. It's like
I
I'm starting to
totally get
get,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I'm starting to get boomer brain. I can't adapt to new technology. I just stick to what I know.
Yeah, I've been using Photoshop for, I think I've been doing digital art for probably like 10 or 11 years at this point, and I've been using Photoshop for most of that. I just got my first iPad like a year ago.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of like forcing myself to learn. And then before Photoshop, I learned digital art on Paint Tool Sci. Because for the longest time I just could not figure out how to paint on Photoshop. It just did not make sense to me when I was first getting into it. And then eventually it clicked for me. So I've been using Photoshop ever since.
Yeah, I always wanted to like try Sci. Like the blending tools are just like legendary in that program.
Yeah. It's such a different engine. It has like this really unique like watercolor blending. It has such like a unique look to it. Like if you see a piece of artwork, it's like, oh yeah, that was made in Paint Tool Sci.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. It's very satisfying blending colors in that program.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like Photoshop, please.
What also, speaking of like painting and rendering, what kind of brushes do you use for Photoshop?
Oh my goodness, I mainly use like Kyle Webster's brushes. So I was like, thank him. Oh my gosh, that man works miracles. And
yes.
I also use these packs from this site called I gotta look it up. It's called, I have it in my brushes. It's called True Grit. Yeah, I'm not sure what the full name, but it's like it has like True Grit in the name, and it's like they have some like awesome like shaders and like very textured like pen nibs for like really good prices.
Nice. Yeah, I use mostly Kyle T. Webster brushes. He's actually, funny enough, coming on Draw This in Your Style as my next guest.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I need to like tune into that one. Oh my gosh.
He does a lot of streams for Adobe Live. He's an Adobe evangelist. He's the illustration evangelist. So he does some draw along shows, and he also does master classes on Friday if you guys are interested in watching that. He's got tons of backlogged videos on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel if you'd like to check those out. So yeah, he's really great at showing off all of his skills and brushes and everything. He has a show called Brush Hour where he specifically just like goes over like some of his brushes and stuff, which is really useful.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I definitely check those out. It was like, especially because I like love having like something in the background as I work. And I like, that sounds like perfect.
Definitely. I like the shape of the rose you're doing right now. It's like really cylindrical.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how you add details. Do you do roses very often?
No. I just like try to draw like the basic shape, like basic, like shapes that I like. So it's like it's like what would be an interesting shape, and I like try to do that shape and do like the details later, and like just make sure everything like works together. And yeah, and then I just like dive in. It's like, okay, now trying to add some like specifics to these blobs.
Right. Just kind of like working from like simple shapes down to more deep, the more nitty-gritty details.
Yeah,
because roses have a lot of detail in the center, and as you can see from the way that I draw roses, I keep it as simple as possible. So doing those different layers of like petals and stuff can be like so overwhelming to me sometimes, even just for different florals in general too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like even when you simplify things, it's just like you have to like have like the basic understanding. Well, not even basic, it's like, I don't know, a higher understanding. So it's like when I simplify this, people can still understand like what it is.
Right. Yeah, just like you don't necessarily always need to draw all of the details, but enough to just imply that, oh, this is a bunch of petals, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Your brain just kind of like fills in the gaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's basically like trying to, I don't know, pick out what are the most like, I don't know, iconic like
Right.
details. Yeah.
Yeah, roses definitely have like a very, like you said, like iconic silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
So it can kind of like once you get that silhouette down, you could probably do like pretty much like whatever you want in the middle, and it'll probably still read as a rose, especially if you put like thorns on the stems. Like
Right.
then people are like, oh, that's probably a rose, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Katya finally joined us. I'm seeing if you can see her in the camera. She's just like laid out on the floor.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
see
here
her.
she is. Yeah. It's like normally I'm like in my room working,
Mm-hmm.
and she just like lays behind me on my bed, and she's just like, yeah, I don't know why we're in the living room today, but
Yeah.
I'm
Why are
taking a
you
nap.
talking to yourself, Mom?
I know. Oh my God. That drives, oh my gosh, that drives them crazy. Especially like my mom's dog. He's like, you better not be on that Zoom. It's like, who you
Yeah.
talking to? Who you waving to? Why are you yelling?
Oh, I never said what brushes I use. So I do use Kyle Webster brushes. And if you guys are curious, the brush that I use for coloring is called Conte Crayon. It's basically just like a chalk crayon brush. And that's pretty much the only brush that I use, with the exception of I use some of his watercolor brushes sometimes. But you can get the Conte Crayon brush in his mega pack. And to download Kyle's brushes, while we're on the subject, just have your brush in hand and then right click and then go to the gear icon and then go down to get more brushes. And if you have a CC subscription, you can get all of Kyle's brushes for free. And there's like thousands of brushes in there, so feel free to download them all.
No, yeah. Yeah, when they made that announcement, I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I've been using Kyle's brushes since like the Tumblr days. I just randomly found like a post about his brushes like years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been using them ever since. And then he eventually partnered with Adobe. So now they're free, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love like all his textured brushes. I'm just like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
chunky, chalky. I'm like, yep, those are the
Yes,
brushes for me.
they're so good. And my husband in chat said Conte Cran, aka Codi Bear Cran, of course. So we just have maybe just like a few more minutes to work on our illustrations, and then we're probably going to go over community entries.
Oh, wow, that went by so fast.
I know. This happens every single stream. I don't think we've done a single Draw This in Your Style episode without the guests being like, wow, that was really fast.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. Like when you told me it's going to be an hour, I was like, I know it's going to be fast and it's going to catch me by surprise anyway.
So sometimes a lot of the time I do like flat colors for most of my work, but sometimes if I want to add like a little bit of a glow for lighting, I'll add, I'll use like a big fluffy brush and add an overlay layer over top of everything, and I'll kind of throw in the color. If you guys want to try that out as a trick here, I'm just kind of like adding in some lighting, like under lighting to these clouds here. And it just kind of gives that little bit of a sunlight glow there. It usually works best if you're using like darker base colors, so the light can like really shine and glow over top. So if you guys are looking for a lighting trick, try that out. It's pretty easy. Okay. It's looking pretty good. I love your progress so far. The little chocolates up front are so cute too. They're just like little plop drops.
Oh, thank you.
They're so cute. I love the shape. What kind of color palette do you think you're gonna go with?
I don't know, something similar to yours. I love, I don't know, like lately I love like, I don't know, like not too like vivid pink, but like, I don't know, and not necessarily like muted, but like something in between, like especially like mixed with, I don't know, like more like earthy colors. It's like basically pink and brown. That's like really, yeah, like up my alley, like recently.
Karen asks in chat, which program are you using? We're both using Photoshop CC. All right, you guys, so that is about all the time we have today. We are going to hop on over to community entries now. We're gonna show off some of the entries. We kind of posted our announcement late yesterday, so I don't know if anyone has posted their work for this theme yet. But tomorrow we might have some entries to give some people a little bit more time. But we can always go over some of our older entries as well from our previous themes. So I'm going to hop on over there. And if you'd like to check out some of the past entries, feel free to just look up the hashtag on Instagram. It's just Adobe Live DTIYS. But I wanted to show off some of the entries we got. I don't know, Wade, if you're still in chat. I had our moderator, Wade, was my guest a couple times ago, and we did the theme of Wizards Familiar, and this is a take on that from an artist that she did. She added some tigers to the theme instead of our owl that we started out with, which is just so cute. I love the orange warm color palettes for Chinese New Year.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so beautiful.
I know, so cute.
Little heart eyes, so cute. If you guys didn't see my last guest, Annika, this was her finished piece for our theme Winter Sports, if you guys haven't seen it already. And then also, I guess I just realized that I haven't posted my own finished one. I guess we can check out that too. Oh wait, yeah. it's there.
Okay.
Here's mine right here. I did the little penguin of Annika's. And then also, let's head on down a little bit, excuse me, a little bit farther, because I think we went over these last stream, but some of these, like this one was from the theme, what was it? Oh my gosh, we've had so many of these episodes. I forget what theme this was, but this was a recreation of my illustration. And I just love the color palette on this. I thought it was really unique. I really love the pop of purple and orange. It was really cool.
Yeah, same.
And also some of these other oh yeah, here's another example also of me drawing mice. So this was
oh yeah, I know it's a little reoccurring character.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Very, very cute entries. But that is all the time we have. Just wanted to check out those few new ones. And thank you all so much for joining us today. We will be back tomorrow for day 2 of this, and we will start kind of getting into the coloring process and talk a little bit more about that and how and our process behind that. But thank you, Jestenia. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thanks for inviting me. Yeah, this was like a blast. Yeah, I'm like so excited to move on to coloring.
Yeah, of course. And thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to post your artwork online. Yeah. See you guys. Bye.